Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Doordash charged NYC Restaurant nearly $14K in bogus fees, but only offered to refund half. Lawsuit. So recently I got an email from one of my subscribers. BC, thank you so much for emailing me this article and making this video possible. And BC had a very interesting take on this. What? DoorDash caught stealing again? I love the article that describes DoorDash as being deceptive. I asked what article they were referring to, and this was it. So with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers on the platform, and the platform itself, as well as the restaurants on the platform, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. DoorDash allegedly admitted it charged a New York City restaurant nearly $14,000 in bogus delivery fees, but only offered to repay the burger joint half the amount in a settlement, according to a lawsuit. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. You stole $14K. You're publicly getting sued for it, and you're offering half of what you stole? Who is your lawyer? It obviously doesn't take that much to be a lawyer if they're that freaking bad at it. Harlem Shake, a 12-year-old eatery at 100 West 124th Street, whose customers have included NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal and rapper Jim Jones, has paid $13,932 in phony commissions since November 2019, according to the complaint filed this month in a federal court in the Northern District of California. Well, the 12-year-old eatery is one thing, but I don't know how the celebrity guests in question are really going to make that much of an impact here in terms of legal battles, only so much as like media presence. When the eatery confronted DoorDash with the evidence, which it first discovered in June, the San Francisco-based company admitted that it had improperly taken $13,932 in commissions, but only offered to repay the eatery $7,259, according to the complaint. So let me get this straight. You basically scammed this entire company $13,932, but you only want to give back half of it? What kind of dumbass logic is that? DoorDash likewise insisted that the Harlem Shake execute a release and settlement of any and all claims related to DoorDash's miscalculated fees, the lawsuit claims. So let me get this straight. You fucked around, you found out, and you only want to not only hide them under the rug, you're only willing to pay half of what you stole? Are you stupid? Was Tony Shoe dropped on their head as a child? Or were the lawyers that they were working with so bad at their job? Like, it literally takes low-functioning autism to become a lawyer these days. Like, seriously. The math just doesn't make sense. You're going to lose this. We have you admitting guilt. We have you on charges. What kind of dumb people are you back there? The lawsuit is seeking class action status, allegedly that the tech company's overbilling practice is widespread and pervasive, affecting thousands of restaurants and violating a 2020 law in New York that limits delivery app fees in New York City to 20% of the takeout order. Oh man, in my opinion, that might actually be how DoorDash goes under. If all these restaurants class action against them, and they literally have the admission of guilt that they do, no wonder why they're trying to shut them up. But why wouldn't you do so with the full amount? Are your lawyers just that bad at their job? To date, DoorDash has failed to provide any full accounting, but it has admitted that it charges fees to excess the fee cap, the complaint alleges. You mean DoorDash is hiding pay information so that way they can continue to scam you? Oh wow, what a DoorDash thing for them to do. The lawsuit didn't lay out further details on the allegedly fraudulent fees. Harlem Shake declined to comment this early in legal proceedings, a spokesperson said in the email. To be fair though, I don't think it makes sense to comment that early either. A spokeswoman for DoorDash said in a statement, if there is ever an advertent error, we work with the merchant to fix it and refund any amounts we owe. We stand by our commitment to New York City restaurants and hope to quickly resolve this matter. Yeah, that's a load of bullshit and you know it. They actually did steal $50,000 from a local restaurant in New York City as well. They've been doing this crap for years. So anything that DoorDash says is a load of garbage because they are garbage. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video talking all about the $50,000 loss. I will leave that video in the description. Feel free to check that out. Harlem Shake's counsel, which includes lawyers based in California, Tennessee, and Mississippi, did not return the calls and emails seeking comment. Look, let's be realistic. If the person that is suing them is not saying anything, what makes you think the lawyers are going to? Like, come on. In fact, it's probably the lawyers that are telling them, yeah, let's not talk about this yet. Let's just make a loud noise about it for now. DoorDash is not the only delivery app being accused of unsavory business practices. The district attorney of Los Angeles County sued Grubhub on February 21st, alleging that multiple aspects of Grubhub's business and every transaction for food delivery are suffused with deception, according to the complaint. Allegations including false advertising, bait and switch delivery pricing, and misrepresentations about driver benefits and tips, according to the filing. Oh my God, somebody's finally saying it. Delivery pricing, what they're offering us, the bait and switch, tip baiting, misrepresentations on what we're being paid, misrepresentations of what they're charging people. Oh my God, the list can go on forever. In a statement to the Post, Grubhub said, "We will work hard to support Los Angeles restaurants, diners, and drivers, and we continually review and enhance our operations to better serve them and meet their expectations. We've sought to engage in a constructive dialogue with the Los Angeles County Council's office to explain our business and identify any areas for improvement. We are disappointed they have moved forward with this lawsuit because our practices have always complied with applicable law. And in any event, many of the allegations are incorrect or have been discontinued. We will aggressively defend our business in court and look forward to continuing to serve LA restaurants, diners, and drivers." Hold on, that's a lot of politics. Let me fix that real quick.
We work hard to manipulate diners, drivers, and restaurants, and we will continually review and enhance our ability to screw as many people over as possible. We have sought to engage in bribing public donate to the public officials' causes, that's right, and manipulate them into making our systems work better for us on a legal level. We are disappointed that we cannot do so, because we've been getting away with it for years already. Why shouldn't we get away with it now? We had to shut down a lot of our scams in order to make sure that they're quiet about us. We will aggressively defend ourselves in court so we don't lose any more money that they have stolen, that they are not letting us make and steal from LA restaurants, drivers, and diners.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The New York City delivery fee cap was imposed shortly after the pandemic began to help restaurants that had been slammed by COVID restrictions who had previously been paying commissions as high as 30%, which is pretty much the same way all over the country, but who's regarding that, right? The city council passed legislation that caps food delivery fees at 15% of an order, plus an additional 5% for marketing and credit card processing charges. Other cities and states have implemented similar rules, which are largely still in place. The delivery apps, including UberEats and Grubhub, sued New York City to overturn the cap, arguing that it would hurt restaurants because they would not get the same level of services and exposure, which would result in fewer customer orders. That litigation is ongoing. Yeah, I pretty much have a similar argument for raising our base pay, or what they've already done in New York City specifically to change the pay model for us there, which not a lot of people are thrilled about that either, but that's not the point. Massachusetts sued Grubhub in 2021. Allegedly, the delivery app company had violated the state's 15% fee cap law. Chicago sued Grubhub and DoorDash over consumer fees, alleging that they were deceptive. My understanding is that the food delivery systems violated COVID ordinances and caps fairly often, said a legal expert who did not want to be identified. Ooh, interesting. A legal expert that did not want to be identified must be some kind of insider of some sort. The billion-dollar delivery companies have a long history exploiting restaurants, and that's why they were regulated here in NYC. Andrew Ridgey, executive director of the New York City Hospitality Alliance, told the Post. From charging fake fees for orders never made to listing restaurants without permission, they have been caught time after time, Ridgey added. It's kind of hilarious that they continue to do the same thing and expect to get away with it over and over again. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. It's one thing to screw over gig workers. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's one thing because a lot of the cases, we don't have the support systems that need to be put in place for gig workers in order to actually combat some of the crap that these companies pull. And a lot of the lawyers that are in place aren't going to want to help us because we don't make enough money in order for them to actually fight for us. And quite honestly, a lot of the lawyers on the subject that I've spoken to are effectively useless. The amount of times I've been ghosted by a lawyer is embarrassing. But messing with New York City restaurants, not even just restaurants. Restaurants are like a big issue in itself, but New York City restaurants, oh man. New York City has always been kind of pushing against businesses overall, and there are already a lot of hospitality and legal issues up there in terms of a lot of these companies in New York City. The government over there does not like these apps. Now you're gonna screw with their restaurants, one of the best parts of that entire city? Are you silly or what? But honestly, the headline blew me away. You stole almost $1,400. You tried to pay them back $7,259 of it, and not the full amount. And you wanted them to sign an NDA to silence the issue? If you really wanted this silenced, you probably should have paid them what they should have been paid. It really is sad that that is how little they care about anybody else. They will scam as many people and as many restaurants and as many customers as they have to just to steal your money. And not even make your money. Steal your money. All in all, I think that this is going to be a huge L for DoorDash in the near future, and we're going to be hearing about it for a long time. I really hope DoorDash loses here. I really hope that they effed around and they're actually going to find out this time because they kind of deserve it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.